What's up, guys? My name is Uneasy and I put the dub in Wotaku. So in one of my last videos we talked about Gundam and we talked about how good it is. By the way, thank you guys for 1k views on it. First 1k video, appreciate it, I really do. But now it's time to talk about Overwatch 2, or as we like to call it here, the Overwatch killer.
Move this man!
So I was able to get access to the beta. That's why this video took me longer, is because I really wanted to dive in and play as much as I could to really give you guys enough feedback. So today we're going to talk about the biggest changes in the game and what that means for Overwatch going forward. Quick background, I play Overwatch purely casually now. I used to play competitively, not like Overwatch League competitively, more like I only played ranked for like a full 2 years before I stopped. So please think of my opinion as more of a hardcore casual than like the competitive scene type of Overwatch. So for all the people who are in it for the loot boxes and just to have fun, this is for you. First, let's start off with the biggest change. By far the most impactful change is going from 6v6 to 5v5. 5v5 is pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not expect it to be as good as it is now. I was really against it when I first heard about it because that means less people I can play with. But honestly, 5v5 does feel pretty good. It doesn't feel like a step necessarily forward, but more so a step to the side. Imagine if the people who made Overwatch gave the reins to somebody else, which is basically what happened because the directors are changing faster than the characters themselves. But 5v5 feels pretty good. As a tank main, I am now technically a support main because those queue times are super long. But as a tank main, it does make you feel like you matter way more. Tanks now feel like kind of the leader of the group, so you really dictate if the team is pushing or if the team is hanging back, and it really does change the way the game works. Back in 6v6 you could have an aggressive tank and a passive tank and it worked out in its own fashions, but now the tank kind of really moves the team forward or not. As a DPS now, if I kill a healer, that's huge. That is way bigger than before. Now, back in the day, if you lost a healer, you would have 2 tanks and 2 DPS. You guys might be able to make it shake until that healer came back. Especially if it was like a Lucio or something, that healer might be back before the fight even really got started. But now with only 1 tank, all the roles really matter a lot more because you can't hide behind somebody who's playing really, really well. If you're playing bad, the whole team will see it. However, I don't really like it because as a tank main, now if I make a mistake, it's way more significant than if my DPS isn't doing damage. There have been many games where I'm playing where people are like, yo, if our tank was good XYZ, but then when you open up the new scoreboard, it shows that our DPS didn't even do 1,000 damage the whole game. So 5v5 is different, not bad, not good, but interesting. That's really what I have to say about 5v5. I'm very neutral on it. I don't think it's a bad thing, I don't think it's a good thing, but they're trying, so I can't hate them for it. Something that might not be as impactful for a lot but really means a lot to me is the new scoreboard, because now you can see who's doing well and who isn't. Mind you, we all know Overwatch chat is the most toxic place to be in Overwatch, period. Everybody's angry, nobody's ever satisfied. Overwatch chat isn't fun. But what was really annoying were the people who would be angry at your healers or your DPS or whatever without seeing all the full facts. Now, if I'm playing Ana and people are saying if our Ana would hit her shots, they can easily hold tab, look at my healing compared to the enemy team, the other healer, and then look at, maybe it's not the fact that I'm not getting heals, it's the fact that I'm not doing damage because their DPS is crushing my tank, whereas I'm not doing more damage than the Ana who I was just making fun of. So it works really well for people who have been called out for not doing their job, even though they were doing their job. And it's great for just the information of it. It lets you really understand what's going on. Our tank isn't doing that much damage, or they're not performing as well. Well, I know who the weak link is. I know who I have to play around. If I'm playing as Ana and I have a stim, I know who I need to be giving it to because that's the person who's doing the most damage. I need to shoot it out to them, or I need to shoot it to the tank. I know who is going to make use of it. Speaking of new additions, Sojourn is a cool character. I cannot hate Sojourn. Honestly, very, very strong character. If anything, a little bit too strong, but again, it's a beta. I like all of Sojourn's abilities to the point where I feel like one of them needs to be removed. The big area of effect grenade that she throws, very effective, really strong. I really, really like it. But with her kit, the way her kit is stacked, it has everything you need. It's got movement, You have hit scan, you have regular like sustained damage. All the kit needed is healing, and she would be the perfect character. I think the grenade could get pulled and get given to somebody else or used for something else. My biggest fear is just I feel like the characters in Overwatch, I don't want one character to have too many moving parts, because then you get characters that are either hard to balance, or you'll get characters who just replace entire other kits. So Jordan feels like a soldier that isn't hit scan, but because soldiers hit scan, that makes soldiers still really, really good and really viable, which is what I really like. On the topic of new characters, Doomfist is now a tank. Doomfist as a tank is dope. Really, really happy about it. Some people don't like when I run Doomfist, but hey baby, I'm not here to play defense, I'm here to play offense, you know? Really fun character to play. Happy that that change was made. I'm happy that the pool of tanks has gotten bigger. So now you have, if I'm not mistaken, 8 tanks to play as, which is awesome. But on that same vein, let me just jump into this real quick. I don't like the amount of support that we have in this game. I think that the next 3 to 4 characters for Overwatch need to be support characters. And I know that 4 characters coming out, that's basically almost like an entire year of support characters if we're going by Apex Legends standards of dropping characters, which is like 1 every 3 months. I know that 4 straight support characters might not be the best for the DPS mains or the tank mains, but the number of support characters we have in the game is literally the smallest pool of heroes. And not only is it the smallest pool of heroes, but support is a role that needs 2 people to play it. So you have 7 characters, and at any point in time, if you're playing support, you're only allowed to pick 1 of 6. And 1 of 6 may seem like a lot, but it's really not, because tanks, who are now 1 person, they have 8 options to choose from, and DPS literally has half the roster. So I think either people need to get reworked into support, some characters need to be added to the support queue, but 7 characters to be split between 2 people is just not realistic. Nobody wants to play the same 7 characters over and over again. That's how you get stale. That's how it gets stale. And that's how you'll lose people who are playing support, which are going to make the queue times even longer. And we don't need that. We need more support characters, please. After that, Bastion's rework is pretty interesting. I actually like the new Bastion as opposed to the old Bastion. Both of them are very annoying, but I think the new one is less annoying in the simple fact that you have a giant robot that has to walk around. Sure, Bastion, when he gets into the turret form, is a problem, but I would say that the fact that he cannot stay in it for long makes it so much more bearable, because if a Bastion is in turret form, we can all just move behind a wall for a few seconds and then destroy the entire house that is walking back and forth once we get back in there, you know? I like the new ult. The new ult is really good. The new ult is really strong. I like it. I mean, I hate it, but that means that it's probably a good ult. Like, I can't really hate him for it. It fits the character a lot better in my opinion. Oh, Orisa is really, really, really strong. The ability to get that extra health on top of the armor, on top of having something to stop projectiles from hitting you, on top of having infinite ammo, and on top of getting a javelin. Yeah, Orisa's really, really strong. Really fun to play. I really like that they took away the shields. I completely agree with the movement that they're going towards, where it's like, let's do less shields, let's do less stuns, because I think that's way more fun in a game than having to run characters that will give you that stun, that will give you the extra shields. That just doesn't, there's having fun, and then there's playing smart. And I like that they're bringing these 2 things closer together, because instead of being like, hey, why don't you pick Orisa, she's got a shield, and I'm like, I don't want to play Orisa, it's not fun for me. Now it's like, hey, you can have a fun character that doesn't need to be very utility based, you know what I'm saying? Like, removing less shields is a way better in my opinion. I can't really think of anybody else who had big significant reworks. If there is somebody I missed, please let me know and I'll address it in a future video. I don't mind, or even in a short. The new class abilities, very useful. I really enjoy it. It kind of gave playing support a little bit more life to me. I never really liked playing Ana, mostly because Ana relied on the second healer a lot, especially if they're focusing me. But now that I can heal myself just over time, Ana has become such a better character to play. Same thing with Zenyatta. All the healers really did. Getting that extra healing on your own really did change the life of what I feel like the support characters had, because I feel like it's a lot more fun now. You can be Lucio, heal yourself, and speed boost. It just really feels like a better, it is a great bonus to all of them. Tanks taking reduced damage makes sense. Like, all these passive abilities are really, really useful. New push mode is fun. Now, I don't really feel like there really needs to be a lot said there. It is basically just if there were 2 payloads on the map, but really fun game mode. New ping system is awesome. I gotta remap it because I feel like I'm using it in the wrong place, but new ping system is dope. Really happy that we have that so that you don't necessarily need to be in comms the whole time, especially if you have a Lucio that's flaming you or somebody that's going crazy. I'd rather just ping them and let them know, especially if I'm playing casual. You'll never catch me in a voice chat, I promise you. And I think honestly that's really it. I think Overwatch 2, it will be free. If I'm not mistaken, Overwatch 2 is supposed to become Overwatch 1. So I think it'll be like an update situation where you can play the PvP if you own Overwatch 1. The PvE, obviously I didn't get a chance to play that yet. So we'll see if it's worth the money that they're asking for. I'm excited to see what else they bring out. But Overwatch 2, all in all, was a great experience. Is it better than Gundam? I don't know. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more time, but what I've played in this beta so far hasn't necessarily made me forget about Gundam. I'll say that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. All the love and support has been crazy, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If there's any questions, any concerns, please talk to me in the comment section. Let's spitball here. What did you like about Overwatch 2 beta? Did you get to play the beta? Is there anything you would like me to touch on more and I can bring it up and we can talk about it in another video? Please let me know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, whatever you want to talk about. I'm always in there. And make sure you subscribe to catch up on more things Overwatch and more things video games in general. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Wotaku out.